Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm back to the Creative Classroom. I'm Shayna Marina. I am super excited to be here with all of you. I know it has been a long time that I've not been vlogging, but I've been super busy. But I think it's time to do this, and happy Labor Day to all. As you can see, I am in my classroom. I just came in just so I can start prepping for tomorrow, work on a couple just to prep things for tomorrow, and then relax afterward. So, very excited. But I wanted to talk to you about the first and second week of school. And this is the lesson plans I did for my first and second week of school. And then I will be doing a third week of school of the things I did, but that will be in a different video. But the first 2 weeks of school, this is what I did. We started school August 12th, and what I did was, like all teachers do, we teach our procedures, our expectations, and all that. And it has been super busy with all of that. And I'm a first grade teacher, and you know how that could be. Very, very crazy because 6-year-olds are crazy. But I'm super excited to do. Another thing is that I use this is probably one of my seasonal surprise boxes from Erin Conjuring. The winter surprise box I got. So I use this just so I can write down my YouTube ideas and other things in here, like goals and stuff. I use this. And it has been a while that I not used it, so I'm like, I'll just use it for YouTube ideas when I come up with YouTube ideas. So if you have any other suggestions of what you want to see in my future vlogs, just let me know, and I will be writing that. So I teach in a Catholic school. Okay, if most of you don't know that, I do teach in a Catholic school. And so we do morning meeting, we do Bible, we do math, I teach social studies and science, and wonders, reading wonders. So this is how my schedule works for this year. We start morning meeting from 8 o'clock to 8:30. And from 8:30 to 9:39, we do Bible. And then from 9:45 to 10:34 is math. And 10:40 to 11:15 is snack/recess. We come back, and Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I teach social studies from 11:20 to 12:10. Tuesdays and Thursdays, I teach science. And 12:16 to 1:05, we go out to lunch. Come back, and at 2:11, it's actually, sorry, my schedule right here. Looking at my schedule, it's kind of because the first 2 weeks I just basically don't. It's just loose plans. I really don't detail my plans, not until probably like the third week of school. So that's why I'm like looking crazy. But over here, I'm looking over here because I have the schedule up there. So let me say this again because I completely messed up. So from 8 o'clock to 8:30, I teach morning meeting. From 8:30 to 9:39, I do Bible. 9:45 to 10:34, I do math. And for math, we use Eureka Math. And then from 10:40 to 11:15, we go out to break, our snack/recess. Then at 11:20 to 12:10, I do social studies Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and Tuesdays and Thursdays is science. And from 1:11 to 2:50, I do wonders, reading wonders. And that is broken up into different things. So it's broken up into different categories. We do whole group. We go into our interventions, or what I call it, our centers, our literacy centers. I can sometimes call them super centers. Um, and then writing, grammar, mechanics, all that good stuff. And over here, you can kind of see right over here where I'm pointing. This is our Reading Wonders focus wall. And in my focus wall, I just have them in these dry erase sheets. And I just have a piece of paper, and then with a dry erase marker, I just write my whatever we're learning that week. So I have my essential question written up here: objectives, grammar, comprehension, skill, and strategy. The genre that we're learning right now, we are focusing on fantasy, our vocabulary, spelling, and high frequency words. That's what we are focusing, and a lot of small group too. So that's that. So the first week of school, this is what I did my first week of school. And yes, I do use the Erin Condren teacher planner. Okay. I know that this cover is fully cover and this is a March cover, but I just didn't feel like changing it to in a school theme, and I do have one, but I should change it and wait until March and to use this cover, but it's okay. I'll change it later. Sorry, I'm rambling too much. But yeah. So let's see. So the first week of school was just basically, welcome kids, setting them in class, establishing the classroom routines, expectations, telling them where everything is, how we have to use everything. Plus, we're a leader in me school. We have 7 habits. If you're not familiar with that, it's not a program, it's not a curriculum that we teach. It's just like our classroom rules, because we want our kids to be good community people and good leaders in and outside the classroom. So that's how we use that. So that, and then I also use this year compared to last year. This year I started to do classroom greeters. And if you don't know what that is that if like you probably are familiar with class, and they say yes, and all that stuff. So that's how I use my classroom getters. I come up with different greeters. I come up with different ones. In order for them to stop working, I say mac and cheese, and they say everybody freeze, and they have to freeze. And then I tell them what we're going to move on to, or what we are going to do rotations and all that fun stuff. So that was the first week of school. And then obviously during that first week of school was also setting up our notebooks. So I pass out one notebook at a time, because never pass out all of the notebooks, because then it gets confusing. So the first notebook that I gave them was the social studies notebook, social studies and science. So on the front, one half of the notebook on the front will be for social studies, and the back of the notebook will be science. So we use one notebook for two subjects. Okay. Sorry, I'm thirsty. This is a cup, and this is from Kate Spade, New York. I got this at Marshall's, if you are interested. And then it has the first initial of the name. So that's why I got mine. And like I said, this is again from Kate Spade, New York. Ugh, gross. That's a piece of hair. Ugh. Okay. So I'm gonna show you. This is how I break up my Erin Condren teacher planner. Obviously, the last column over here is always like your to-dos. And then obviously it's already dated. You don't have to date it anymore. And then I just write like important events that we are gonna have. And then yes, I love using stickers because I'm a very functional person. I also use my Erin Condren life planner. I know I have not done a video on my life planner a long time. But this is just something that I love. And has more of my personal stuff in here that I'm not going to share, obviously, because that's like it just has my personal stuff in here. And yes, I do keep track of the weather in here because it's important. Right now we're still in summer, so it's very hot outside. So yeah, we need a lot of air conditioning. Another thing is that how I break up my lesson plans is by the different subjects. And yes, for social studies and science, I do give them their own columns. I do give it their own columns. Okay. Because that's how it works for me. So as you can see, the second week. Oh, and obviously the first week also, I started to tell my kids, we're going to do a lot of teacher read aloud books. So the first book, and we didn't have time to finish this book last week because we were super busy last week with assemblies, with other procedures that we had and all that stuff. But the first week of school, I start to read to my students Ramona Quimby, age 8, because this is a fun book. This is like a back to school book. So, like I said, I wanted to finish this book by the end of August. With a lot of things going on, I didn't finish it. So I told them, okay, so when we come back on Tuesday after Labor Day, I will finish reading the last chapter of it. And we are going to also start Rooted in Reading. If you know what Rooted in Reading is, it's a very fun where we have a bunch of books that we read every month, and they give you 4 books. And this resource is a freebie from Amy Lemons and Katie King. I love those two. And you can get that. Excuse me. You can download that at Teachers Pay Teachers, and it's a freebie from Amy Lemons and Katie King, Rooted in Reading for first grade. And I'm very excited because I have one of the books, and it's called May Way for Ducklings. And my kids are gonna love they're gonna love that book so much. So I have to still take out all of last week's stuff from the weekly drawers because I have weekly drawers Monday through Friday, and then next week, which I'm not really using that next week for next week's stuff. I know there's some other things in there that I need to take out from there. How I do classroom management in my classroom. In my classroom, we have a desk fairy. If you don't know how the desk fairy works, you can look it up on Pinterest or even on YouTube, and you can get a lot of ideas how to use the desk fairy. So I have our desk fairy up in our classroom. It's funny, my kids didn't notice that at first, and it took them a while until probably the second week of school they noticed it. And I thought, okay, if you need to do good in order for the desk fairy to leave a treat on your desk or tables. And it's funny. So they didn't notice that. And then we also use Dojo Economy. If you're not familiar with Dojo Economy it's you use Class Dojo. I use Class Dojo to award the students with points and taking away points if they're not following the rules. And I also have a YouTube video on how to use Class Dojo. So I'll link that after I'm done with my live. But we have points. I give my students points. Let me put my hair up because it's on the way. So if they get 5 points, they get a fun pencil. And like I said, it can be any kind of fun pencil they can get. If they get 10 points, sorry, I'm looking up there in my chart. So that's why I'll be looking up and down. If they get 10 points, they get pick one item from the brain box. And the brain box can be, let me get it because it's under my desk. And inside the brain box, I have they can write a note, a special note in these little notebooks. I got this from Dollar Tree. So they can write a little note of something they are feeling, and they can always give it to me, or they can put it in a little mailbox that I have. Or also I have a ball. This is a ball from Dollar Tree, and they can bounce it and it will light up. So something cool, and they can also squish it. And then I have these. These are little turners. They can turn, and these also come from Dollar Tree. So all sorts of different things on the brain box, and it's also the treasure chest. I really need to separate both. Oh, and these are like little. They have their thingies that the kids can pop back in if they need a little break in class, because that's with behaviors. If they get 15 points, they get an extra iPad time. So we do iPads in our classroom for 20 minutes, but they can get an additional 5 minutes. So 25 minutes in an iPad, only if they get the 15 points. 20 points is that they need to sit with a friend. They can sit with a friend at lunch, but either them and the friend have to have both a 20 points in order to sit with each other at lunch. The 25 points is a treasure chest. Either it can be a little treat on here, or it can be like a little piece of candy they can get too. 30 points is no homework for a week. Okay. Our homework policy is that they have to turn in homework every day. So every single day. And then if they don't turn in homework every single day, and they get a minus point every day that it's late. Okay. Most schools don't have a homework policy where they have to turn homework until Friday, but in this case, not in our school. Our school turns it in every day. 35 points is they wear a hat in class, because obviously you cannot wear hoods or hats in a classroom unless it's like a special occasion. That's fine, but they can wear a hat for a day, so that can be fun. 40 points of dojo points will be they can bring one small item that has to fit in their backpack, and they can bring it for show and tell. Okay, they can bring it for show and tell. And if they get 45 points, they eat lunch with the teacher. So very excited. I think they are excited about that, and we're gonna start that next week. So very excited. I know we're going into our 4th week of school already, and I can't believe it. We're going into our 4th week of school. This has been very fast, very fast, but a lot of fun. So the 2nd week of school basically is, just review morning procedures, expectations, how does our classroom work, and that. And then obviously we start, this is how we're doing morning meeting. Now for morning meeting, I either do morning bell work, which the 2nd week of school we worked with long E, short I, long I, and plural words. Those are the 4 different skills I did with them. Long E, short I, long I, and plural words. That was for our morning bell work in the mornings. And sometimes I do have like a morning message. You'll see me right now writing one up here. And then for Bible, we did our lessons. I introduced our Bible. This is how we're going to do it. And for Bible, this is what I read to them. So we use our series. It's called Faith and Life series for grade 1. Obviously, it goes up to grade 1 through 6 or 7, I think. So we use Faith and Life series. My Bible teacher edition is right over there. But I also use the Bible, and I read to them this. This is obviously the Catholic Children's Bible. So whatever scripture we're learning for that week, I just go ahead and open it and flip to that, and I read it to them. And obviously I use picture books that goes along with whatever lesson we're doing. Like this week, we're going to be starting tomorrow. Tomorrow, we're going to continue learning more about who Adam and Eve is. And obviously, my kids know who Adam and Eve is and what happened to Adam and Eve and all that stuff. I will be doing a total different video on how I do Bible. So I'm not going to go deep onto that, but that's just a little preview. So like I said, we're learning about Adam and Eve. We're going to start learning about all of these amazing stuff. So like I said, whatever our scripture, for example, Isaiah chapter 49, verse 16. So then I look for Isaiah in here. Sometimes I have to look at my table of contents because either I don't know where to put it, but okay, let's just, because I already have one. Psalm 23, verse 20. Well, not verse 23, verse 1. The Lord is our shepherd. So I'll just open it to there, and because that's what we learned our first week of school. The Lord is our shepherd, and what does that mean? And I read that to them. So really, this is a very big book. So yes, the kids have like a smaller book of this, but this is a very big Bible. So we use that. And for math, we use Eureka Math. And obviously we are beginning, and we're doing part whole. It's funny how some of my students don't understand part whole, but we're gonna break it up. Excuse me. We are going to, break it up. We're going to create an anchor chart to understand what part whole is, number families, fact families. We're going to play games. Also, I have a game where they use, let me show you. Let me get my resource. Give me just a second. Sorry about that. I know you probably heard a bunch of noise over there. I have a lot of things I need to clean out and get the stuff ready. And if you didn't, I also made myself if you have not seen the Letter Classroom has this. She uses the 43 folder system, and I got this idea from the Letter Classroom. So big shout out to Bridget for that. I use the 43 folder system to help me organize all of my curriculum for the entire year. And obviously there will be more and more stuff added too, because you always add more stuff throughout the year. Why not? So the 43 folder system is you have 12 folders for the month. So 12 folders and plus 31 folders for the 31 or days of each month. Obviously, February is short, so that's a little different. But that's how I have it. So right now, my August is now going to move to the very back because we're done with the month of August. Whatever stuff I have for here, I will take it out and move it to the September folder. So the 31 folder then goes behind October, because we will not use 31 until October. So that will not be until, there we go. So whatever numbers, okay. So now, kind of hard for you guys to see. There we go. Okay, so I have my September folder right in the front, okay, because now we're in September. And today is obviously not the first. Today is the second, but obviously there's no school because of Labor Day. So I'll be moving folder 1 and 2 behind all of September. Move it where the October tab is. So that's what I will do. And you can use hanging folders that have these little tabs, and you put it on here. Last year I had these in my what's it called? In my drawer over there. But the reason I got tired of it, I didn't get tired of using my drawer, is that it was all the way over there, and I need this 43 folders to be near me. So now I have it on this container that I cleaned out with other weird things in here, and I put it all in here. Now it's right under my teacher desk, and the kids are not allowed to touch it. Obviously, they know that. So now I have my September 3rd folder. Let me lift it up again. I have my September 3rd folder now. So now I have my Monday, well, today's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So there. And then I'll just take these folders out, and I'll just take them right over here to my weekly planner. Sorry about that. That was my alarm clock. It's because my alarms are my they have my bells, my alarms for kids, and I guess I didn't turn them off for today. So sorry about that. I'm like, where did that sound come from? So sorry. So that's how I use my 43 folder system. And like I said, I'll link so you guys can go to the Letter Classroom and watch it through Bridget, and she'll explain how to use the 43 folder system, because this is her idea from her, not mine. So if you want to know how this works, I will link it so you guys can go watch it. I said this video is not going to be that long, but okay. It's okay. So the game that I use with my kids so they can understand numbers, or part whole, I guess, is that I bought these at the teacher store, at my local teacher store. And I'm in California, by the way. So this is a 120 charts. Sorry. So what the kids use these for is that they use this little thing. And if you have not seen these, or you have, I got this, like I said, from the teacher store, but I've seen ideas on Pinterest on how to use it with games. This is the 10 less, 10 more, 1 less. So they have a little hole in the middle, and the kids use their chart here, and they play with partners. So I give one of these cards to one of them, and they play together with a partner. And yes, I place my partners one lower and one higher. Never two lows, because then they'll get confused. Okay, so, and then let's say they put it in the number 14. Actually, the number 24. Okay, and then they have to look at their little thing. So this little thing on the number 24. Okay. And also, actually, sometimes I will give one to the person and just one little game piece, but the partner gets another one without the little game piece, so they can help each other understand it better. Okay. Now, these are not laminated, but if you would you could laminate these, and maybe laminate these. Okay, if you really want to do that for your kids, you could. So they put on number 24, but they have to say, oh, what's 24? What's 10 more than 24? So what they will do is that they will look here, and you can take the flap down a little. And obviously, I train my student, do not rip it. Do not rip this, because then you don't want that to happen. So then they push it down and say, oh, what's 10 more than 24 is 10 more than 30. Oh, it's 34. So, and they do 34. And they have a little response sheet. They have a little response sheet where they'll write their numbers. And obviously you could do this and maybe have them add all of the numbers. Okay, so with the 10 more, 10 less, one more, one less. Okay, so and if you don't have this, you can always, find a 120 chart or 100 chart, and you can make this out of paper. Just make it like you are going to play tic-tac-toe. So it's just like tic-tac-toe. And then, but in the middle, you're going to cut it out to make a little square. So that's how you do. And you can get ideas like this from Pinterest, or even Teacher Pay Teachers. You can always do that. I was also talking about rooted in reading. Since now we're in the month of September and there are 4 books in September, that I need to make myself a list of how to do that. So that's what I was going to do too. But one of the books in September is called Make Way for Ducklings. And this book is by Robert McCloskey, if I can pronounce it right. And we're going to start reading this book, not because this is the 4th book, I believe, in Rooted in Reading for First Grade by Amy Lemons and Katie King. So I'll be reading this book to them. This is how cute this book is. So it's about a family of ducks, okay, that they're looking for a new home to raise their families. And it's funny because, well, it's not funny. It's very cute, but it's like a rhyming book because they're baby chicks, their baby ducklings, have the ACK. They have whatever their names are, but they have the ACK at the end, so it's very cute. I'm not going to read it to you because that will be copyrighted, and I will not do that on YouTube. So, but it's a really cute book, and I like how the pictures are. So, very cute. And I never knew. I had this book because I did it when I was little. And like, oh, and this is a Rooted in Reading. Perfect. I have this book. So good to go. And I have other books too. Yeah, so those are the 2 books I wanted to share with you. And my kids really like this. They're first graders, and I know that Ramona goes to school and she's going to start the 3rd grade. But we're at the end of the chapter now. So tomorrow I'm going to read the last chapter to them. So very excited because I wanted to finish this book, I said last Friday, but we were so busy with assemblies, with other procedures, and my internet was just getting funky last week. So that too. And at the end of the day, it gets really hectic for me because, I'm trying to line them up because I line them up. I have my walkers, they're going to walk home or in the car, my car riders, and then I have a 3rd line where my bus riders go. So that's always hectic because I tell them, okay, you have your bus stop, whatever. Okay, line up, and we're going to head to the bus and all that good stuff. So yeah, that's very hectic. And let's see. And last week I was super hectic because not only I had appointments to go, like doctor appointments and stuff last week. So that was so hectic for me too. What else? We had library. We have library Wednesday. So head to library. I have to go I have to go somewhere else. I can't even speak right now, but all that stuff. So yeah. Another thing I want to show you, another fun resource hey, you guys. This is just another thing I also bought at the teacher store was the pattern blocks. I keep my pattern blocks in this little container. This little container I bought at Ross when I went to Oregon because my brother lives in Oregon. But I bought these little containers at Oregon. And I said, oh, what should I use this for? And I'm like, oh, yeah, I have my pattern blocks. I'm just going to throw in all my pattern blocks in here. So that's what I did. So we're not learning about patterns right now in Eureka Math, but because we're beginning to do Eureka Math, okay? This is just like for like their super centers. I call them super centers. And yes, that's another, I call it super centers. And I got that idea from also the letter classroom. So yeah, I use these pattern block mats that I also bought at the teacher store. And I just put them in the dry erase pockets. I bought these a while from Amazon. They came in 10 in a pack. I got 2 packs of 10 because I have 20 students. And sorry, I forgot to turn my alarms off. Sorry. This you could use as dry erase boards also. Obviously, we do have our dry erase boards like this. And yes, I have my own too because I like to be model. I like to be like the kids. Also, I can put it back now. There we go. Okay, so I use our pattern blocks, and then they can play either by themselves, but I like them to play with a partner or a group, and then they just play, and then they build whatever shape is here, or even how many pieces will it take to fill up using that shape or this, and I tell them, oh, these yellow ones look like honeycombs. These are like what the bees put their honey in. So that's it. And I love these containers because this is just a label. I know. I just put my label with a permanent marker, so it's not a fancy label. I do want to get fancy. I need to get myself a fancy label. But what I love about these containers, is that they have a lid. Okay, and they're clear. Yes, they're clear. So I have these. These are small, but I also have like the large one. Oh, it's right here. Let me show you because they're under my guided reading books. I have. Here we go. So I keep all of my guided reading books here, and they're by levels. And they also came from Ross from Oregon. And obviously I have not labeled them. Okay. But these are my guided reading books. And I have 2 containers full of guided reading books that I use every day. So I already have my books pulled out for guided reading. Well, I know that I use Reading Wonders, but I like going a little more because I have few of my students who are low readers. So I use those level readers that I got last year at Amazon. A really great deal. They were 4 levels, but they came in one, so like a bundle. And in total, there are 75 books each, 5 copies of each. So that total 300 books. Great deal from Amazon. So, so this is another fun resource I wanted to share with you all because that's what I use. I'll put everything down there and I'll clean up everything after. And I use, I can't show you that because I have my group's name. I have my student names written on there, but I'll show you a blank form. So I keep in, obviously, in a, what do you call these? Pockets, clear pockets. Okay. Oh, clear sheets, whatever you call them. But I put my running record forms. This is this is my running record form. So on top, I write whatever the book that we're working on, the level of the book, and then I have, well, this has been changed because this is the first year. Goals for Daily 5 and Cafe. I used to have strengths for Daily 5 and Cafe, but we kind of refer to reading wonders as like Daily 5 and a Cafe, like read to self, read to someone, word work, listening to reading, all that stuff, so I can write, oh yeah, we're doing word work stuff, and what kind of word work skills we're focusing on. That the date that I'll meet with students, their names, I do an observation, and if I need to do with them a running record, I always do that, and a goal they want to accomplish, or what skill we are going to continue working on. I write that in the third column. So yeah, I use these. And don't, this is not a waste. I print it double-sided. Okay, well, some of them, for some reason, did not print double-sided. Some of them printed one-sided. But I have, here we go. So I have the front side, and then the back side looks the same. So I have a couple that came out correct, and other ones, for some reason, they did not copy double-sided. So I was not going to waste it. So I was just going to keep it. So that's how I use it. And like I said, I can't show you this one because this is just one-sided, because my groups are already there. My student names are there. And then I use this kind of checklist, as you can see. And obviously, I already have one ready to go. So I write all my student names on here, and whatever lesson or standard or skill I write here, and I put their grades on here. And then I go through my grade book, and I can just go down my grading list and make it much easier instead of grading it one by one. And this checklist has been a big help. So love that. So we are going now into second quarter, because we have 4 quarters of grades. And grades will not be due until November 1st. Yes, November 1st. Yeah. Yes, November 1st. Trimester 1 and November 1st. Ooh, that's funny. But that's true. Okay. So that's what I do. Our grading scale, well, we used to do the letter grade A, B, C, D. No, A, B, C, F, D. Yeah. But now we use standard well, we still use it, but we use the standard academic key. Okay, if you're not familiar with that, we use it. So I have my little cheat sheet here because sometimes I get confused to what to do. So I have my little thing here so I can know, oh, what do these numbers mean? All of these weird symbols mean. And I made myself one. So yeah. So if they get a 90 to 100%, that's an A. So that's a 4.0 GPA. A B is an 80 to 89%. That's a 3.0 GPA. A C is a 70 to 79%, and that's 2.0 GPA. And then F is a 0 or below 60%. That's a 0.0 GPA. And yes, that includes absence, many absence, tardies. Okay, that definitely affects student grades. That's not good. And then we use the standard academic key. Okay, a 4 is they exceeded standards. 3 is that they met the standards. 2 is they nearly met the standards. A 1 is not, they have not met the standards at all. And obviously NA is they're not assessed at this time. And SP is they're showing progress. And obviously the progress indicators, O, outstanding, S, satisfactory, N, needs improvement, and U, and then unsatisfactory, which that affects a U is if they are either tardy in class many times, okay, or they're interrupted or behavior problems or any issues like that, they get a U. Okay. Let's see. Oh, I also need I have 3 birthdays in September. 3 birthdays in September. And obviously, you can see my calendar. Here's my calendar. And obviously, we only focus on calendar because it's not a skill anymore in schools. In schools, it's not a skill like how we used to do it. When actually I was one of them because I still did calendar when I was little. But I just flip the number. I tell them, oh, today is Monday, September 2nd, 2019. Obviously, it doesn't come with the year, so I just made one and then obviously I write the day on my board. I have not written it. You'll see me right now when I start setting up. But I have 3 birthdays in September. Plus, I mark other birthdays just for fun. But I use these birthday certificates, and I am covering student names just for privacy reasons. And look how cute is that? That's a happy birthday, and that's a sloth. Who doesn't love sloths, right? Exactly. And my classrooms I have stuffed bears everywhere because I love stuff. I love stuffed animals. So I have my little bear here. And the kids, I tell the students, well, if you're doing good and I see you're working super hard, you can tell me which stuffed animal you want, and you can have them sit next to you, and they can read with you. So they always like that. So that is that. Oh, and then I was also preparing because next week, this week maybe, but because it's a short week, I think depending on how many stuff we get done this week, because it's a short week, we will not do that. Excuse me. We will be doing it probably next week. Next week, I am going to start doing some more reading assessments with them. Sorry, I'm doing more reading assessments with them. So I was just writing like the percentages. If it's an easy text, we need to either move the child up, try to find them, or get them in a lower level depending on grade level if they're not on grade level, which that's kind of hard. Kids, that's why I practice reading at home every day, because we don't want our kids to be crazy on that stuff. So that's what I did the first 2 weeks of school. And actually, and then I started to do reading wonders. I was talking about reading wonders, and in reading wonders, because this is my first year using reading wonders. And when we got told we're going to use reading wonders, I was like, what? So I got a lot of training done, and I also training, and I started typing on YouTube how to teach reading wonders, and I started to watch all these videos, all these different teachers doing it. That was a big help. You should do that. And then all of my notes that I took on how to do it. Look at all my notes. That's all my notes. I'm not gonna go up close though, but look all the notes I took. And yes, I broke them up I kind of broke some things with washi. Look all the notes I took. And I used the Erin Condren, the note pages that she has in the teacher planner, because I'm not gonna waste them, she gives you 3 pages, but what are you gonna use 3 pages for? So there you go. PD stuff, professional development, any other meetings that you go to. I also use them for end of the year beginning of the year checklist, end of the year checklist, mid, the middle of the school year checklist of things that we need to do, or any other notes. And yes, I also use the grade book. Here we go. Okay. I also use the grade book. Okay. You can kind of see there. I'll cover my student names, obviously. But here are all of the assignments that we have done, all of their grades in here. And these are just the sticky notes. I just put on sticky notes the subjects and what I was going to grade on those subjects. Okay, what I was going to grade. Like for social studies and science, I'll be grading vocabulary. They wrote the vocab words, definitions, their questions. I call them focus questions. Any small projects and tests? I don't know, maybe. We'll see. Well, definitely at the test I have to grade, but like the projects, probably not every project I'll be grading, but like small of the projects I will be doing. And we're gonna get into one where we're gonna use toilet paper rolls when they're empty. I need to start gathering some of those, because with those toilet roll tubes, I should call them tubes. We're gonna create like a city. We're gonna create a small city. So I'll have my city. I have black construction paper, and I'll just put, like I'll make like a road. So I'll use a white color pencil on black construction paper, and then the students can decorate their toilet roll tubes. And oh, this is a house. This is a car, something, or a tunnel or a bridge with their toilet tubes. And that would be a city, because we're learning about we belong to many groups. That's our first unit. We belong to many groups. So we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna start a review, and then we're gonna do our lesson. So yay. So that's what's gonna also come this week. And yes, our unit 1 is a little long, but I break it up into chunks because I can't throw all that stuff, especially to 6-year-olds. I cannot do that. So that's what we did the first 2 weeks of school. Whoops. And last year I did a classroom tour. Excuse me. I couldn't. I was drinking water. Last year I did a classroom tour, and I will be doing another classroom tour because my classroom changed. I made a lot of classroom changes this year. Some things might look the same like last year. Obviously, the calendar's still in the same place. This is a wall. This is my wall. No, not last. Was it last year? Or I think so. I forgot. I took the paper down and I painted my wall. I painted. Obviously it's white, and it worked, because I will never put paper on a dirty wall. So that was a big project for me. That was a big summer project, and that was about 2 years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago that I painted this. So hey, it worked. So like I said, I'll be making another classroom tour video, because a lot of things in my classroom changed, and my classroom looks bigger like this. Looks much bigger. On the back of me right over here, where you see those balloons and flowers right there, it's a table. It's a table. Oh, here. There we go. So see, it's a table. I call this table my clutter table. I got that idea from one of the YouTube videos. It was a long time ago, and I forgot where I got this idea from. But always have a declutter table behind you, or somewhere behind your desk, because you can just put papers there and that you will get to later, but not they will not be in front of you where it will be a distraction while you're teaching your students and you're just gonna stare at your papers. I need to get to that. I need to get to that. And then it's already on the clutter table, and after school you can do that or whenever you have time. Okay. Um, in this folder right here, and like I said, I'll do a separate video, but I'll give you a sneak peek. I keep all my Bible stuff in here. These are all our Bible stuff. This is like, they call them quizzes. I don't know why they call them quizzes, but they're not quizzes. They're homework pages. So they're homework, and then obviously in here are their tests. So after we get to certain lessons, I have them do a test and worksheets for projects too. Okay, so that's an Easter one. So there are different ones, different activities, and you guys will see all of that once we get to everything. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I think I'm gonna go ahead and stop there. I might make another video right now. We'll see. We'll see if I can make another one. But anyway, I just wanted to get my first and second week reflection video out. I know I've been saying that many times and it has been a while. Oh, let me show you another thing, because I use this for wonders and I got so super excited. And many teachers have this. So I have my very first. This is they're supposed to be for photos, to keep photo stuff in here. But look, I got him. And yes, I got him in rainbow because like Erin Condren says, are you team colorful or are you team neutral? And I'm team colorful. So I got rainbow. So I got my rainbow task cards. I'm so excited for these. The kids were like, when I got the box, because they were here, it was like minutes until they gone home. When I got this, and I opened the box because I couldn't wait after school. After they left, I had to open it in front of them. I didn't care. So I opened the box and I thought, you know what this is? And they're like, no, what is that? And I'm like, okay, here, I'll show you. And then I start explaining, oh, this is how we're going to use it. And I'll explain more tomorrow because it was time for them to leave. So I'm very excited. And I've seen a lot of Instagram, YouTube, and Pinterest, everywhere, how they use these little storage containers to do task cards. I'm very excited. And I still need to print a lot of other things. I have to print another resource. It's like a freebie resource for phonics, word blending stuff, and all that stuff. So I need to still do a bunch of stuff. But I love this. So you obviously snap it open from here. It's almost, sorry, it almost looks like it looks like a suitcase. So if you're going on a car trip or anything, you can just take this with you and create resources while on there. That's just a little idea. Obviously, maybe you're not going to take it on a road trip. You want to enjoy your road trip. So you open it like this, and yes, you could take the lid off. You can snap it off, so you can only have this open and lay flat. You could do that, but it comes with 16 little boxes. Okay, with 16 little boxes. So, and obviously they're rainbow colored. So these are very cool. And like I said, these are photo keeper boxes, but you don't have to use them for photos. You can use them for task cards. So you just snap the little lip of the container here until you hear that click sound. and you open it and you put your task cards in here. Like I already did a couple of them. So for wonders, here we go. For wonders, here I just did this quickly on index cards, and I didn't want fancy yet, but you could always go fancy and go to PowerPoint and do it all in PowerPoint because it just comes better on PowerPoint. And you could, if you don't, because I know you could do it on Astrobrights, but if you don't have Astrobrights or cardstock, just do it on a normal piece of paper and go like that. So I did this just to begin with right now, but in the future I will be doing it with more prettier and stuff. But I got this. This is my for wonders. So this is my day 1, week 1 high frequency words, and yes, high frequency words, and you use tape. Now on this, in this case, I just use regular tape. I did not use, some teachers I've seen they use double-sided sticky tape, which I do have, but I just didn't want to do that. And you, because I know you can kind of see the tape on the glare. There we go. There's the glare. I know you can kind of see the tape there. You could also use clear tape to put it on there. Like I said, you just click and you lift it. Okay. And here are my high frequency words. And also what I did is that on the back of the word, okay, I put day 1, week 1, high frequency words. Just in case my students are working with a partner or a group and accidentally put it somewhere else, put these somewhere else that does not belong into their little bin, then I can always go through them and, oh, they put them in the wrong one. Let me put them back in the correct one. But they never do that. And yes, you could hole punch these and put them like on a book ring. Okay, you could also do that. But for now, I'm just going to be like this. And like that. And they can do them for centers. And we'll be using these for centers. You know, they'll practice saying it. They can use it with magnetic letters. And they'll make it with magnetic letters, or we're blending for or for. Okay, they'll use their finger. You know, they'll draw the dots, 4 dots under here, and then they'll go or for. Okay, and they'll do like the cloud on there. But, you know what word blending, and I'll do a whole different lesson on how I teach it and stuff. And they can also use it for work on writing, or work on writing. You know, they'll have a little piece of a response sheet and they'll come up with sentences using that word or words. So that's high frequency. That's high frequency. This is day 1, week 1, spelling words. These are, excuse me, my nose is running. So here is our spelling words for the week, and we are learning this week. We are learning the AR sound. You know, so AR, R. Okay, so those are spelling words. Phonics. Let me get a phonics one for you. Here we go. Long U, because we've been learning about all of these long, short. Some of my students get confused on how does long U sound, how does short U sound, or whatever letter we're working for that week. They get confused. So yeah, they need a lot of practice on phonics. And you can see up here, parts of speech. This is a new addition. This is just like a little preview of, and I will do the classroom tour later. But this was not here last year. Last year, right here was my name. My name, if you remember that. But nope, I took my name down. And this is now replaced with part of speech. I don't know even where I'm pointing. The camera is backwards, obviously. Part of speech. So, you know, and then down here, I have my punctuation power friends. These were here last year in the bottom. Yeah, they were here on the bottom because I just had my name here, and the whole thing was just uh blank. Hold on, because my nose is running. Ah, there we go. I have napkins back here, so that's why. But I'm not gonna do it in front of the camera. Okay, so phonics. So I keep my phonics stuff in here. Wow, this is a 1 hour video already. I need to talk a little faster. But anyway, so here are their phonic words. So clue. What does the long U make in the word clue? Clue. The ooh sound. Okay, or the, if it's the short something like that. But that's how I use these. So yeah, right now in here I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I only have like 7 stuff in here. So the kids could start using this, but I really not showed them I started teaching the procedures on how we need to take care of our classroom materials and stuff. But I need to review with them on how to use this. But they're not going to be ready for them for super centers quite yet. Maybe not until January probably, because the first month we do something else, and then by January, okay, we train them how to use the stuff, but in January they're ready to go because they have mastered the way to use this. So yeah, we will probably not use this until January, so that'll give me time to print all the printables I want to use task cards for. And I might use, and then obviously I'll rotate the things in here. I will not keep the same things forever and ever. I will be taking them out, putting new stuff in here and that. Because these things are expensive. So you have to wait until the end of, you need to do it and buy these like in the summer in order for you to, until they're low in prices, and you can use your 40% off coupon. That's how I did it this summer when I ordered mine through michaels.com. And yeah, you have to wait until they're low in price and you're able to use the 40% off coupon, because these are super expensive. If you want to buy it like that, they're super expensive. They're about I don't know, $60, probably $60. I have not seen the full price, but 60, 50, $50. Yeah, that's a lot. So yeah. So I only have one right now, but I only have one, so I might use one side for ELA, English Language Arts. Okay, I'll just call my Reading Wonders ELA because ELA basically covers everything, and one side for math task cards. So yeah, that's how I have a lot of math stuff too, because I've created a lot of things last year for math. But yeah, okay guys, I think that's everything that I have to say that I did for my first and second week of school. And yeah, I know I was gonna show you how I set up my things for that, but I think I'm going to, because I don't know exactly, I still don't know what kind of morning meeting message I want to write on the board. So I might do like a short one, welcome learners. Today is blah blah blah. Today we're gonna blah blah blah. I think I might do something like that. I'll look something quickly on Pinterest to look it up and go from there. And I am done lesson planning, so I don't have to lesson plan because all my lesson plans are done. Let me just give you a little brief before I go. The way I lesson plan is I start brainstorming my lesson plans. Monday, I focus on morning meeting and Bible. That's how I do it. Tuesday and Wednesday, I focus on math and social studies. Wednesday, I do science and reading. And then after that, let me show you how I do it. because this is how it has worked for me. And I wanted to share this idea. Okay, so I just get binder paper, just normal line paper. Now you're probably gonna say, oh, that's a waste. Well, it's not really. Okay, so what I do, and I'll show you this week's. Okay, so I just break it up into my sections. So I make lines, columns and rows, and I break it up. Morning meeting, Bible, math, science, social studies, and reading. And obviously there's no school today because it's Labor Day. So I put it on here. And all right, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Okay. And I just quickly brainstorm what my lessons I want to teach for the week, or whatever the curriculum calendar is, the weekly at a glance that the curriculum has. Excuse me. And I focus that on here. Okay. And then I grab more piece of paper and I put Bible. Okay, for Bible, we're doing lesson, chapter, lesson, whatever chapter. Okay, because some lessons have one lesson, or some of my Bible lessons have it's one lesson and two chapters. So it's kind of confusing. And my kids were like, huh? Yeah, we're going to do two chapters. We're going to do Adam and Eve. Another one is called A Sad Story. Okay, and that. So I write the lesson, the chapter, our scripture down, and I write, this is a proclamation that I also need to write on the board, which I really have not done that. I need to do that. And our Bible vocabulary words that we're going to be learning with the definitions. And I also write this on the board because in their notebooks they have to write it down. Now that might seem a lot, but we do we do either one or two vocabularies a day. So don't think I throw all. Okay, that's up. Don't think that I teach all of the vocabulary at once. I can talk about it, but we only do two vocabulary words a day, and then two, and then or three. I can sometimes throw in three, depending on time. And then our Bible also has like PowerPoints that you can, if you teach the Faith and Life series, you can go to the faithandlifeseries.com, and you can, whatever grade level you're teaching, click on there, and it gives you a PowerPoint of that top lesson, and if that's your whole lesson that you're going to teach. And then on YouTube, I look for videos about that lesson, and my students love it. And we sing our songs, we sing our Bible songs. We're doing Father Abraham, and the kids love that song because they have heard that song like many times, especially on our vacation Bible retreat, because we sing those songs over the summer. So I do the same thing for math, and this is Eureka Math again. And I don't know why I put Tuesday there, but I put Tuesday because I know that's my starting day, I guess. But I put lesson 1, 2, 3. And then under here, I write the standards and how many days it has to take me to teach the lesson. So 3 days. So 3 lessons, 3 lessons, 3 days. Okay, but I know that this week is a short week. We're covering the whole thing. Plus, Eureka Math is broken up into different things. And plus, I have to print their homework pages for Eureka Math. And they have to take it home and stuff. But first grade homework can be easy to grade, because why not? And then I do the same thing for science. For social studies, no, and the reason I do it first, because you're not going to see social studies in here like written out, because it's a book. And science is digital. Our science is digital, so that's why. Reading Wonders also has digital stuff, and we use the worksheets in there in digital form. When I put them up here. Oh, I actually write the worksheet here. Reading, and this is my reading, and I fold this like a 2-column notes, and I write all of the standards down, and for example, SL.1.2, it's speaking and listening. I ask and answer questions about text details in a text read aloud or information presented orally or through other media. Okay, but when I write my objectives up here on my objective board, we use the I can statements. I can ask questions to clear up any confusion about the topics under text and under discussion. And I write the objective, the standard, not the objective, the standard on here. So I can know that those are the standards I'm focusing on. And these are, sometimes I will do one objective, or sometimes I'll write 2 objectives, depending on which ones I really am going to focus on. So right now that I took that down, I have to change that because I need to put one of these standards in here. And yeah, so I make this throughout the week. Okay. And I have the other 2. So I have last week's, this is last week's, and then I have the second week of school. Now, I did not do it for the first week of school because, like I said, the first week of school is just very hectic. Do never full lesson plan for the first week of school, because that's what I did last year. And last year I didn't get to the stuff that I planned for the full week. So don't do that. Loose plan you could also loose plan for the first 2 weeks, and maybe by the third week of school, you could hit content hard. Okay, well, not hard, but depending on the grade level you're teaching. Because I know I believe with first grade, kindergarten, first grade, and maybe second grade, it takes a while to teach them the procedures, expectations, and that stuff. And I hit myself on the knuckles. Did I hear them? Yeah, and it's just hectic and wild. But I'm gonna go ahead and stop here, and I might have rambled a lot in the video, but you know what? I'm just gonna leave it there. I'm not gonna cut it out or anything. I'm just gonna leave it there because that's the life of a teacher. But I'm gonna go now. And it was very fun to talk to you after a while. And now I'm going into my 4th week of school. What fun. I'm not tired at all. I believe by the second week of school, no, but the first week of school, like in the middle of the week, my voice started to go because, you don't use your teacher voice during the summer a lot. So, and then I got better. And sometimes it wants to go away. And then the second week, no, well, not the second week, maybe the first 2 weeks, I was kind of like, like running around and stuff because welcoming assemblies to welcome back students, parents, back to school night. Oh, that's another thing. Back to school night went super good in our classroom. I did a whole PowerPoint. I'm not going to go through the PowerPoint because I have information that I can't show you. Okay, I might do it, but I'll have to cover that stuff. But I will do that in a whole different video. But anyway, I do a presentation in my classroom, and then I give them all of the paperwork that our school sent home. So that's always a whole thing because I need to copy that stuff, and I need to copy all that stuff, and it's just a lot. But it went great. But yeah, that's my reflection and all that stuff. And I have not talked to my students yet, but I think next week, I think it's going to be a good week to do. Now, many teachers are probably not going to be like, oh, you do that, really? We're probably going with my teen teachers. We're going to talk about it. and say, you know what, when is it a good time to do fire drill practice, lockdown drill practice, all that fun stuff that just takes you away because you have a good schedule, and then your schedule just doesn't work because either a fire drill or lockdown drill or whatever drill comes up. Um, and that's not fun for me. And that happened to me the second week of school, because the second week of school, that Friday, was our assembly, our welcome back assembly. So our schedule was kind of thrown off the wall. So I really didn't focus that many things. Last week was a hectic week because I felt that I was not in the classroom most of the days because Friday I was not. Friday in the morning I was here, and then I had to leave. Because I had an appointment to go to. And what else? Oh, Wednesdays and Thursdays, we go to library. Okay. Now you'll probably say, oh, but you go twice to the library? No. It's Wednesday library, Thursday it's library, but it's more like, you know, like working in the library and stuff. So yeah, so that's kind of throws off my schedule, but it's fun. It's super fun. Yeah. Plus, just like how I did last year, volunteer in another school Wednesdays and Thursdays. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'm gonna go now because this video is getting so long now that I can see the time. It's an hour 21. I know I've never talked like that in a long time. Usually I want to focus on this, but then I'm like, oh, I want to share this. I want to share that, but it's okay. I'll be sharing a lot of different ones, and like I said, I have a lot of different ideas, different YouTube ideas I want to do. So stay tuned for those because you'll see a lot. And also I want to, you know, because I watched CNN, and I saw, about the hurricane and stuff, and I am praying for all those people out there who hurricane is coming your way, if it's coming your way, or I am praying for you because yeah. Hopefully you have, safe place, water, food, gas for your cars, to stay safe. And I'm praying for all of you. Thank you guys, and I hope to see you again soon at the Creative Classroom. At the Creative Catechist, sorry, not the Creative Classroom, the Creative Catechist. Because I changed my handle name. Now it's the Creative Catechist by me, Shayna Marina. See you later, guys. God bless you all. Mwah.